I think awe is an emotion. We currently think there are about 20 different emotions that humans have evolved. They are brief states that happen to you that involve expressive behavior and physiology in the brain and in your body, and awe has those qualities. But where awe is really fascinating is that it is in its complexity, in that it has a sense of fear and dread very often, where people feel worried and horrified, but at the same time, awe can be oceanic and full of love and gratitude. I think we have new scientific evidence that helps illuminate this dynamic. In this work, in 26 different countries, right? And we did this intensive survey, like an examination of like, what does awe mean to people in Middle Eastern countries and Pakistan and India and Canada and Western European countries, all over the world. And what we're starting to pull out is, I think in some sense, there are these two fundamental kinds of awe. And one is horizontal, and it happens more in Canada and the US, and it's kind of, we're all the same, we're all equal, I'm similar to nature. It has this oceanic connecting quality to it. The other kind, which caught me really off guard, is a very vertical form of awe. And it's almost the kind of awe that you read about in religious history. There's the prophet who speaks to God, who gets the message, who is charismatic and unites people, but it's vertical. And it's top down, and there's a power hierarchy, and there's this authority structure. And here's what's amazing to me. Across countries, when we find countries that have this more vertical form of awe is filled with fear. It is filled with closed-mindedness, right? It is imbued, this is really striking, with shame, with a sense of, I don't have a sense of agency, right? And I think it's going to be interesting to start to think about some religions are very vertical, and will cultivate this kind of vertical awe of like, don't question, you are ashamed, cover up, right? Other kinds of religions may be more horizontal, of people are the same. And this is the age-old question for us as scientists, which is how much of this is universal, right? This is just part of the mind, and how much of this is shaped by the historical moment? Were you born in the Middle East 2,500 years ago? Or were you born in Silicon Valley or Canada? And what I really believe, and we're getting data that are getting close to this, is that there is this universal structure to awe, which is the self is connected to something vast, right? I'm embedded in something vast. And I don't understand what's going on. I got to figure this out. It opens up the mind. But what the self connects to really varies. It might be this really formal religious structure. It might be Nazism, right? It might be, wow, we're in a culture that believes in all sentient beings, that everything's made of the same stuff. That's horizontal. So what the self connects to is going to vary dramatically, and then a lot of differences follow.